That's it. I've been pushed over the edge. I'm finally joining the enemy team. I'm playing Boros Aggro. Specifically, the Boros Aggro that everyone knows about if you're playing Historic. We've got Guide of Souls with A-Ocelot Pride, Ajani, and the Amped Raptor. This core shell is like the bane of every Historic player's existence. Maybe not just Historic, maybe Standard as well, depending on what time you are in. But this was infamous. This deck was infamous. It still is infamous because, like, as of this recording, it's still out there. And Boros just in general is like a strong aggro shell. So what else do we got? Well, we've got what we mentioned. We've got the Guide of Souls. We've got the A-Ocelot Pride, Ajani, and the Amped Raptor as like the beginning starter package of this this deck. Usually it's Guide of Soul right into A-Ocelot Pride, and then they just steamroll to win the game. But what are the payoffs that we are looking for? We're looking for Goblin Bombardment. There's only 2 of in this list. But Goblin Bombardment, we sack a creature and then we ping something for 1 damage. That'll be used to flip Ajani typically, but also A-Ocelot Pride making all of those tokens. That'll also be able to be used towards the Goblin Bombardment. The other thing that we have is Phlage, Titan of Fire's Fury. This is the real like key to this deck, because if we get our entire board swept, which when I'm playtesting this deck, that happens a lot. All of these like 1/1s, not 1/1s, but these early game cards will be used as fodder towards Phlage later on. And then we also have some control tools that'll also go to the graveyard pretty quickly here with Static Prison. So we just exile any permanent, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and then we get 2 energy counters, and then every main phase we are going to have to pay an energy into this. If we don't, then we have to sacrifice it. So sometimes what you can do is you can get something off the board for 1 turn, and then immediately sacrifice this, putting it into the graveyard. Use something like Galvanic Discharge if it's in your hand to just ping it off right away, and then that's it, done deal. You don't have to worry about that threat ever again. But we keep those energy counters as the turns go on, so stacking them up basically from turn 1 or turn 2 with Guide of Souls. You're getting these energy counters as time progresses. We got 2 Lightning Helix in the deck, just so that we have some more other tools for removal. And then we've got Unstable Amulet, which is going to give us energy counters, and then we can exile cards as long as we control the Unstable Amulet. It's not the Unstable Amulet, it's like calling it the Facebook. But anyways, I digress. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. If I can ever get these out of my mouth. This is useful on all fronts. We're gonna get that 2/2, and then when it attacks, we get the treasure token. Discarding cards very relevant to Phlage, and then also on the flip side of the card, getting that non-legendary copy of one of our key pieces like A-Ocelot Pride, maybe a Guide of Souls, the Amped Raptor. Even though we're not casting it from our hand, it's going to help us generate the energy that we need for later in the game. And then our mana base is pretty standard here. We've got the Aether Hub as well to gain more energy counters. We might not need to use the energy for mana, but it just increases our energy output. So without further ado, let's get into some games and be absolutely disgusting. All right, first game of the day. Let's guess what our opponent is playing. He's got Karn as his avatar, so he's probably on that colorless game plan. This is the kind of hand we dream of. Guide of Soul into A-Ocelot with Ajani and Amped Raptor as backup. Unfortunately, we don't have that second land drop, and I'm not gonna be spicy. I'm gonna send this back. Okay, we get a similar hand anyways. This was the responsible thing to do. I think we're gonna send Fable of the Mirror Breaker back just so that we have plays on every single turn here. We will shock in the Sacred Foundry just because shocking it in and having access to both colored mana is probably the best play here. And also allows us to play the Clifftop Retreats that are also in our board as well. We're gonna get this A-Ocelot Pride down because this is the long-term game plan. It's to just have a bunch of tokens on the field for our Goblin Bombardment. So playing this deck is very interesting for me because I don't typically play things that are really popular on ladder just because I don't find it to be very interesting gameplay here. Of course, they're gonna get rid of the Ocelot. That makes sense. They're gonna be so upset. Here's the second one, buddy. What are you gonna do? But even though cards have been nerfed from this deck, it's just still a powerhouse. And yeah, playing decks that are meta on ladder, it feels a little gross to me, but also at the same time, like, it's just a good reprieve from, like, I'm always playing against them to, like, now I'm actually, like, playing the deck itself and, like, actually enjoying it as the person who's quote unquote the villain in this scenario. This guy's going for a big, like, artifact themed deck, but he's just producing mana. I'm not too concerned about this. It would be concerning if he had a payoff. Okay, there's the payoff. I see. He tapped everything though, so I'm not too upset about it. Okay, we'll do the Amped Raptor into the Unstable Amulet because we're not gonna cast spells normally. We're just casting them with energy counters. Okay, we have the City's Blessing here. Unstable Amulets. We'll tap this. This is preemptive, but we'll do it anyways. Okay, he's got a 2/2, but what he does not realize is I have a secret up my sleeve. I will take action here. I'm gonna pump this guy up. Wait, what? Is it only one? Oh gosh, I got screwed there. Oops. It's a big oops. That's actually a humongous oops. That guy of souls was gonna get me back. Important note that I did not realize while playtesting is it only triggers for one creature, not all creatures. So I should have read the card because reading the card explains the card. For all those of you flocking to the comments section, no, I did not know about this. I did not know about this beforehand, but now I do know, and knowing's half the battle. Okay, we got a big chonky boy. Big chonker. He doesn't have, it's not reach. He doesn't have, oh, now that we have all this energy, well, reach, yeah, that's what I was looking for, was reach. He doesn't have reach, he doesn't have flying. Ocelot can bump in here. I think that's fine. Do I want to get rid of, I probably want to get rid of the glass casket here. I'm fine with getting hit with a 6/6, like, pretty consistently here. Counter target spell, unless controller plays. I will pay 3, man. That is fine with me. Get that Ocelot onto the field. We can jump in here. If I jump in with everything, he can't block. So he will block one of them. Wait, hold on a second. Is this just lethal? Give us a second. Let's see. Well, it's a good thing I didn't hit this because I wouldn't be able to pay for that. Let's see. This is, he's gonna block here. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is lethal. We jump in with all of the damage. Boom. Kablooey. Wow, we win our first game of the day, and he wasn't playing colorless. He wasn't playing Eldrazi, but he was on an artifact theme, which is, that's pretty close to what Karn is. He's basically an artifact, right? All right, cool. Let's go on to the next game. Opponent is on the play first, but we've got a legendary hand here. Really, we only need 1 pip of white and 1 pip of red, and then it is it's doable. By doable, I mean it's completely winnable. Huh. I don't really want him to ramp out anything super important, so I will go ahead and exile this, and then we will play Aether next turn. Just having them ramp faster than you is a good way of like things getting out of control very quickly. Yes, I will always take this action. Now I can go Aether with the Clifftop Retreat. This is why we play out the basic lands first, for that capitalization on the Clifftop Retreats. Now we can really get things cooking. Maybe we do Fable of the Mirror Breaker here. What is this gonna do? It's gonna exile permanent. Wait, what? All permanents of the same name? Dude, come on. Super annoying. Take action. I think I want to do Fable of the Mirror Breaker here just so I can toss a land away next turn. We'll see. And all permanents of the same name. Dude, I have not seen a Duty of Detention ever on ladder in Historic. This guy must really hate everything that's going on. Is he gonna just destroy everything? Please get rid of the Static Prison. No, that's fine. Fine with me. We will go ahead and pay the 1. Do you pay the 1, sir? Okay. We produce the red here just so that we can hit all of the permanents that we're looking to hit here.
Fight beside me, brother.
Amped Raptor. We've got all of the permanents that we need right now. We got all the Amped Raptors. We're just missing the 1. We've gotten through like a good chunk of cards. So yeah, he has to let this 2/2 swing in every turn. I guess he can block with Birds of Paradise now. That's kind of annoying. This guy is just trying to be a nuisance, but I don't think that it's going to be a huge deal. Once we hit Galvanic Discharge, we can maybe not hit. Maybe we're not going to hit it. Gosh, dude. Are you kidding me? Control the deck. That's what he's playing. Go ahead and do this. Now we don't play a land immediately because we can get lands off the amulet. There's my point being proven right there. Okay, he tapped everything. So if I send in the whole team, it's of no consequence to me. He doesn't really have a good way of like efficiently dealing with all of my creatures unless he board wipes, in which case that's like really bad for the Duty of Detention. So he's not running a board wipe, he's just running single target removal, and he's just trying to get our life total low enough. So this is kind of a, if he swings in here, it's kind of a misplay on his part, because his 3/3 here is like his biggest ally. Return. Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, the alchemy cards are the most annoying portion for me. Yes, we will go ahead and pay this because I think we will. Well, we won't play this land yet. Yeah, we want to do this, right? And then we want to get a flyer that can go over top. with the Guide of Souls. So now we've got enough energy here. This is a land. Ooh, it's not a land. So we play this and we play Guide of Souls. Guide of Souls. I think we have a flyer that can go over top now. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. But can we just run everything in here? Does he have like an efficient way of like dealing with? I mean, like the 3/3 just eats anything on board. But do we care here? Because this 6/8, he blocks 2, and then we get 6 through, and that's like almost lethal. So I think we will go for it. This is fine with me. Yeah, double block is fine. Yeah, you block like the 2/1 or the 2/2 here. No! He goes to 1. Okay, so literally anything off of Unstable Amulet, as long as it's not a land. That goes over. Okay, never mind. He's got life gain for days. Super annoying, and it's a flyer too. So we got to be careful with what we're attacking with. Basically, the Guide of Souls and the Amped Raptors. Never mind, it's just lethal. We will take the action, and then we'll activate this. Maybe we get another card. Maybe he. Okay, so we get the land, Goblin Bombardment. This is game. Unless he has a counter spell. Does he run? That would be so weird if he just ran a 1-mana counter spell, okay? It's like, I just run a random 1-mana counter spell in my creature flicker deck. That was a really interesting deck to play, though. The Duty of Detention really could have locked us down if we didn't have like the consistent draws, but that's what this deck's really good at doing. It's just really good at like spitting stuff out. We got through a lot of cards with Amped Raptor. Yeah, it's just all around powerhouse. Did a fantastic job. Nice. Going up against Frisco Melt. Very interesting. Yeah, this is the kind of hand we dream of. Guide of Soul. The Ajani with a Galvanic Discharge. We will go ahead and keep this hand. All right. I think we can just do this. I mean, I am intentionally taking damage for seemingly no reason, but that's okay. We want to have more white pips available to us later. Of course, yeah, they're gonna go ahead and just nuke that. Now we can do a Guide of Soul, A-Ocelot Pride. There's a lot of different options here. I think we're gonna just do Ajani, just because we can capitalize on this with the Galvanic Discharge later. Because we're gonna make this. Are they really gonna? Wow. They're just gonna remove everything. They're gonna run out of resources here soon. That's fortuitous. Okay. Now, part of me wants to do Ajani's Welcome so that we can Galvanic Discharge. I think we are going to do that because I can also do a follow-up like A-Ocelot Pride play next turn. So even though this isn't like the most ideal, this is a workaround from his like targeted removal. And since he has 3 cards here, what are you doing? He's like looking at the 2/2 like he wants to bounce the 2/2, like or kill the 2/2. Okay, just mill more of my cards. We've still got a decent amount left in the tank. Do we just shoot off the 2/2 here? I think we do, yeah. Yep. We're gonna get 2 energy counters and then we'll be able to pay 1 into it. So we net more and then we flip our Ajani. Okay. This is good. Oh, second A-Ocelot Pride. Okay, cool. Bing, bong, boom, bish, bash, bosh. Throw this at your face. Oh wait, I can't throw it at your face. Why can't I throw it at your face? Reading the card explains the card. If you control a red permanent other than Ajani, okay, so I need to get a Phlage onto the field, and then I can start flinging stuff everywhere. Mesmeric Orb. Okay, this isn't good long term. Let's hope we get. Oh well, there goes a static prison. That's fine with us, actually. There's no way for me to gain control of a like permanent or anything at this moment. Not gain control, but like get a red permanent rather. It's fine. We get the city's blessing. We will just uptick Ajani here to get an anthem effect going. And like we found out before, we only get to amp up one of these God of Souls. Oh wait, no, we control two. So even though it's not attacking, we will get a lot here. So we are in range and he can't escape our 8 trigrams. Holy cow. The amount of triggers is insane. Yes, go fetch. Please go fetch. Yeah, I'm at 28 and I'm gonna untap, let's see, 7 permanents. I'm gonna untap 7 permanents. So he has to mill 22 cards. He did not mill 22 cards. Okay. Oh, that was actually kind of spooky. I'm like, Tasha's City's Laughter, if anything, is gonna be the way. But like, mathematically, I don't think he had a real chance with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Just looking at how many cards were exiled from that, like a lot of what my deck has is like in the 2-drop range. So of course he's not going to be able to do that. Surgical Extraction though, that's a spooky card. Definitely, since you're like milling cards into the graveyard, you're like, oh yeah, I target your Phlage. Okay, now I gotta win with like a bunch of like 1/1s. Obviously, that's not a problem. All right, on to the next game. Surprising enough, I have not seen the mirror match yet. So this maybe, I mean, his name is Smurf. He could be anything. But I like this going on the back foot because we can do Static Prison and then Ajani or Amped Raptor to kind of break that parity. So it's not like the most ideal, like quick turn, like beginning turns that like you're usually looking for with this deck. But I think this will work out in our favor. We're gonna do Amped Raptor instead of the Ajani here, because we'll just get Ajani off the top. Why not? But we just don't want to play an Ajani when he's on Boros as well. He can just ping off like whatever he wants here. Okay, so he's on the cloning side of things. What are you gonna take? Are you gonna take a token? You're gonna take the Ajani. The token would probably, oh no, the token would flip it because it's just whenever. Okay, it's not whenever a creature leaves the battlefield. Okay, I don't control another red permanent, so I don't want to do Ajani and flip him because he is a legendary permanent, so this will flip. I think what I want to do, oh, actually, hold on, I see the line here. This is going to just flicker stuff, but that's fine. We are gonna take his Static Prison with our Static Prison, Amped Raptor, plus swing with Ajani. And then we play our own Ajani, and now because of the legend rule, it will die, and it also flips itself. This is the big brain plays. We make a 1/1. We remove the creature and we gain board advantage. This is insane. Okay, well, they have a out here. Galvanic Discharge. Well, they get the Goblin Bombardment, which is... Yeah, that's gonna be game. Yeah, because honestly, I don't use the like plus ability on Ajani, but the +2 to all cats like is just back-breaking. Especially if he's like, oh yeah, I ping the Ajani, and then like he doesn't ping the 1/2s, then I buff all the 1/2s. It's GG's at that point. So much for being a Smurf, am I right? All right, again, we're on the back foot. We've got no removal here, but we do have a lot of like energy. A lot of energy potential, that is. I still don't know how I feel about just taking a hand and then dumping, but the Amped Raptor makes me want to keep this. Because again, we can break that parity pretty easily. Now, this energy has to be towards a red mana source because we don't have access to red mana. So if this gets countered, it doesn't get countered. Okay, good. He doesn't have creature-based counter spells. And we won't use the Unstable Amulet just because we need more red. We need more red. Go ahead and swing in here. We'll play another Unstable Amulet. And potentially he could counterspell this. I mean, they do stack on each other. Yep, sending it back to hand makes sense for him. But that means he's not going to use one of his more important removals. Target player's life. Oh, you're just top deck Jace. You're just gonna try and control the top of the deck here. Okay. I do want to remove it, but I need to start setting up more energy here. So unfortunately, we've got to split our like aggro here for a second. Lightning Helix plus Amped Raptor should deal with it next turn. Yeah, he's just fate sealing me every turn. Yeah. Okay, so if that's a land, that actually might be a misplay on his turn. So we'll go ahead and let this happen. No, it's just another Unstable Amulet. Okay. Play the Ocelot here. This is gonna get out of control here. Oh, okay, so he returns it to the hand. That's actually quite nice of him. There's his win con. Wait, why didn't I just deal with it with Static Field? That just deals with it. If not briefly, permanently. If we can get some board presence here. We'll go ahead and shoot off this. Hopefully. Yes, pay 3. Okay. No board state currently. He plays another one. Okay, so we can let this go. Yeah, he's just kind of dirtling right now. But dirtling is always scary. We will decline this because he already controls one, so he can choose which one. It doesn't matter which one he chooses. Okay, now we have access to both of our colors. This is really good. I think we will lock it down for one more turn. Again, this is mostly just like to stop him from being able to like activate and do a bunch of other stuff on his turns. So we're trying to grind him out of resources. We will... Actually, we won't decline this because we're going to generate some more energy here. And then we'll also generate energy with Amped Raptor. I think we will play this now. And if he counterspells this, it's kind of bad. Yeah, okay. Cool. Like, him running out of spells is an actual problem. Probably has multiple... Yeah, multiple ways to like draw cards and discard cards and all that jazz. So, but we will take the action here. Oh, he missed. I didn't even, like, that didn't register at first, but he missed on that. Okay, we will go ahead and shoot this for 3. It's fine.
I have reached my limit.
Do we want to give an Unstable Amulet a shot? I don't mind that. He can't really, when it dies, you shuffle it back into your library. I don't know how I feel about him just like bouncing this spell, but we'll go ahead with it. That's fine. He's just cycling right now, and he hasn't shown another threat, so we can probably just keep this Jace locked in. Yeah, go ahead. We want to gain a board advantage before counter target spell. Each card controller's graveyard, hand, library perpetually gains +2. Okay, so we're not playing another one, it looks like. Yeah, I know it's my go. I'm just reading the card. Reading the card explains the card, right? Okay, so we're gonna lose out on all of our energy here if we play anything else. So we won't play anything else. That's fine. Quite rude of our opponent to assume that we know every single card that they are playing. I think, yeah, especially with that draw, I think we'll decline this Jace. We'll let it hit the field. Now he can counter the spell. He's not going to. Okay, cool. We will kill that off. And then we're gonna gain some more energy here. This is fine. The 2/2 isn't a huge threat at the moment. Yeah, we'll just let him continuously like send it back to hand and stuff. We're gonna grab another reprieve. Just counter every single player opponent has. Oh, using up all of the energy here. Time walk. Honestly, these 2/2s, okay, that kind of seals the deal, doesn't it? Yeah.
We need to move quickly.
This is kind of a sick deck. It's actually disgusting what our opponent is doing. Now, they have a way to bounce this to hand already. No, okay. Yep, that's game. That's game. That's game. I mean, he's just gonna hit us 4 turns in a row. He has a way to bounce like our spell back to our hand, and we have no way of generating like energy counters. He successfully did it. The blue player did what the blue player wants to do, which is not allow any fun into the game. So let's talk about what we can do differently. Maybe we can stop these guys. Spoiler alert, you can't actually stop blue. Blue is just gonna do what blue does. This deck is kind of quote unquote solved. Boros aggro has just been around for far too long that when people see like, hey, this is the aggressive strategy that's working at the moment, like just thinking about like the Gaia Souls, the Ocelot plays, like this is a very consistent build. The only two cards that I would say you could switch out for something would be the Lightning Helixes, partially because I swapped these out when I was building this deck. I just grabbed the list from like offline from the ladder, and they had this exact build. There were a couple of fetch lands available as well because this was a timeless build that I modified then for historic. Mostly just because I'm playing the historic format. I need to like be committed to historic cards. Plus, I didn't want to invest the fetch lands. So if you are playing this in timeless, I would throw in fetch lands as a replacement for like the pathways and the Clifftop retreats. Battlefield Forge was also added. So like you can really substitute these 8 lands out for 8 fetches just to kind of churn through your deck faster, add cards for Phlage, so you can get Phlage going pretty quickly. As far as the Lightning Helixes go, I don't know what you would want to add into this. You really don't need to control the board very much, just because you're building the huge board presence. And when Ajani flips, that's kind of your control piece as well. You've got control pieces with Galvanic Discharge and Goblin Bombardment, so it's just really consistent across the board. If anything, add token generation for your Goblin Bombardment. Maybe add 1 additional Goblin Bombardment, but you really don't need multiple copies of it. And then also thinking about like energy support. You really want to be generating like a lot of energy in this deck so that you can get those like Guide to Souls going off, and then also being able to pay for the Aether Hub. In a couple of cases when we were playing, like we did need to utilize that for colored mana, but it's typically not something that you have to worry about like into the long game. Yeah. Overall, super consistent, super gross. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you enjoy this deck as gross as it is. I will see you on ladder, and I will also see you in the next video.